It's 5:45,
Yeah.
so it's time for us to make a restart as we look at leases. Now, I think that you are relatively happy with leases. They did come up big time in the June exam, but I still need to cover leases because they remain on the syllabus. They're not going to be a big question, but they do remain on the syllabus. Last night we looked at operating leases. An operating lease is a lease which is not a finance lease. An operating lease is a rental expense. An operating lease is accounted for in accordance with the accruals concept. So if we have uneven payments, it makes sense that the total cost is then divided by the time to arrive at the P&L expense. If we have a finance lease, it is one where substantially all the risks and rewards of ownership have passed, and to that extent we are looking at, in substance, a loan to buy an asset. Let's have a look at a question. Let's have a look at page 105. Let's have a look at 104. Let's have a look at Molly. Molly. On the first day of the accounting period, Molly enters into a finance lease. We could buy the cash price, we could buy the asset outright, 5,710. The asset has an estimated useful life of 4 years, and we are making a rental period, making a rental payment of 2, 2, 2, and 2. So we're making 4 payments, so we're making a payment 8, and we're making a payment in arrears. Legal title passes at the end. So, this is a finance lease for 3 reasons. 1, the question says it is a finance lease. Secondly, I know it's a finance lease because I am leasing it for 100% of the asset's useful life, and also legal title passes. And this is an indicator that we have a finance lease. We capitalize the present value of the minimum lease payments. We account for it in substance as a loan to buy the asset. Capitalize it as we account for it as a loan to buy the asset. So this means in our statement of financial position, and I'll do the numbers in a minute, I will have PPE, I will have non-current liability, and I will have a current liability. This also means in my profit and loss account, I will have depreciation, and I will have a finance cost. So I'm looking for a busy set of accounts because I'm reflecting the substance over the form, the economic reality, the truth of a finance lease. We have got the risks and rewards of ownership. Page 104. Now, in journal entry terms, just to step it back one level, on day 1, we capitalise the present value of the minimum lease payments. On day 1, we recognise that we have an asset and we recognise that we have a liability. So we recognise 5,710 as an asset and 5,710 as a liability. Now I should slow down here a second, because actually this is really quite straightforward, isn't it? What's going to happen to the asset? Depreciation. So the asset's going to go down, down, and down, and down over the accounting period. What's going to happen to the loan?
Go down too.
It will go down too. But what the loan does is I think the loan goes up and then down. Up and then down. What will cause the loan to go up?
Interest.
I'm going to use the word finance cost. Yeah, the expense that we charge to P&L. So, if I take, do I have a calculator? Oh, I have a calculator. Oh, yeah, I have a calculator. Where's the calculator? There, I have a calculator. I could borrow a calculator. I could offer the calculator. But I have found my own calculator. I sometimes lose things. So it's nice for me to know that I haven't lost it. I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed up. So, I don't know, 2 minutes? Do you want to do the numbers? Because now I've got a calculator, I can do it in 2 minutes. So you may as well have 2 minutes to do it, and then I'll explain it, and then we can move on. But if you can do it, yeah, come on, yeah, come on. You know what happens to the asset. I think you know what happens to the liability.